Alright, so today I'm going to take apart my Xbox 360 and clean off the thermal paste and put new thermal paste on it. And hopefully it'll go well, but the Xbox here has already had its warranty voided multiple times because I've taken it apart, cleaned the laser on the CD-ROM drive under here. But we're going to get started. I went out and bought a set today so I can take this thing apart much easier than I used to. So I'm going to start by pulling the front faceplate off, just like that. Lay it over there. And on the front, I'm sure you can see here, I'll get up and look in the camera to make sure you can see. Let's see, where's it? Right about here. It's where the warranty sticker used to be. Gone. I did change the ring piece here to a white piece, and the USB thing is missing, but you got clips here, 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 and here. You need to pop in and open up, and then it's going to be a little loud from the back because the simple fact that this thing is broken on the back and it's going to be kind of difficult to take apart. So you'll hear a loud bang, and that's about it. But it's not broken, I promise. So let's get down to business here. Let's find a piece I can stick in here that's pretty thick and pry these apart. Actually, first I need to take off the bottom screens here on the top and the bottom. So let me find something just a little bit thinner and find the clips in here. Actually, most of mine just pop straight off, but it's a clip on each side. There's one right in the back here. Comes right off. And there's one on the top for the hard drive. So gotta tool around so I'm not looking straight at it here. Now, where are you at, Mr. Clip? You're in here somewhere. Alright, there you are. Now we got some more. Should be right around in here. So that's me getting used to this new camera. Alright, it flips right in there. Same thing goes for the other side. And then to the rear, let me find it. You gotta look kind of close for this one. My clip's broken on this side, so it's just this side holding it. And clip is right there. This clip was looked to be broken, but I guess not. I guess it's just having this time of the month, because it definitely does not want to come up and out of there. Where are you at? There you are. There's that one. Where's this one? Alright now. Alright, well I guess I just couldn't find that one. Sorry that took so long. Alright. Hopefully the shot wasn't messed up. Now I'm going to pry these clips right here apart. Apply a little pressure every one I do. It's just going to come straight apart. Now, lay it down. Do what I always do. Make sure you guys can see this. This one's a little loud, so pop it off. And that's it. That's on the bottom. Now I need a T8 and a T10. T8 are for the clamps right here. T10s are for all the way around. So let's go ahead and take off the T10 screws. Make sure I'll get you right in there so you can see taking all these off. You'll just need a T8 and a T10 to totally dismantle the Xbox 360, plus a flat-headed screwdriver to remove the X clamps. Actually, I want to leave the motherboard screws in right now. I just want to take off the top here. It's mostly the bigger ones that are the tops to hold the top cover on. So motherboard. Here's another one for the case. Here's one for the case. I'll be right back. I'm going to go grab something to put these screws in. I like to use this to hold all my screws. It keeps everything organized. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws for the case, for the outer plastic. Put those in there. Take off the CD DVD drive front. A piece of black plastic is falling out. Flip this over. It should come right up and off. Now from here, you're going to want to remove the DVD drive. So just going to pull it up. It's going to be a SATA connector and a power connector. These two connectors right here, power and SATA. You just want to set this aside, and you'll see on the motherboard, hopefully, the SATA and the power for the DVD-ROM drive. Using really nice capacitors on here now. You can see that this is the CPU heatsink, this is the GPU heatsink, and here's the vent duct, so I'm going to pull that off. We're going to pull the fans out. There's the fans that keep the CPU and GPU cool. Now what I want to do is I want to pull the motherboard out, but before I can do that I have to remove the RF sensor, so just going to pop that off. You need a T8, I believe, for this, so I'm going to get this. There's 3 screws, one here, here, and here. Just want to remove those. You do want to make sure you keep all your screws together. Don't want to get them mixed up or misplaced. That would be awful. So this is probably going to be one of my worst videos on here, but I'm trying. I finally got an HD camera, so I figured I'd make my first video HD of me dismantling my Xbox. So now you want to slide that out of there. Now we got everything. You want to flip it over. Now you're going to take your T10 again, and you're going to take out the motherboard screws. Don't take out the black ones yet. You just want to take out all the motherboard screws. They're holding the motherboard in. A couple of these look pretty stripped, so I may have to use a different size, maybe a T9 to get some of these, but if you haven't tried to take this apart before, and it's the first time you're ever doing it, it's going to be a T8 only for the CPU and GPU heat sinks. So now you want to be careful. Now you want to take the screws out. A diagonal pattern is what I always do for the CPU and GPU. Beware, there are X clamps on here, so you don't want to mess those up. You want to leave those on, regardless of what people say. The X clamps are not the issue when it comes to overheating Xboxes or anything like that. It's just poor thermal paste, and that's really, it's just poor thermal contact between the heatsink and the chip die. And it's just used because of poor thermal compound. So what you want to do is just apply a better compound. That's if your warranty is voided, or if your warranty is no longer in, and you get the red ring of death on an older Xbox like this. Pretty much you just want to take it apart, reapply the thermal paste, and maybe try to reball the GPU or reseat the CPU or GPU. And it was set, good to go. Now let me be very careful with this. I'm pulling it out. Saw the screw for the GPU go to the ground. So just pick that back up and put it in my handy case over here. As you can see, empty. You can see the recesses for the X clamps. So we're going to put that to the side. Now, to the part of the show that's really fun. Going to remove the X clamps from the motherboard. Some people say be very gentle, some people say go right for it. I'm always on the let's be very, very cautious and do this very slow. Take a smallest flathead I have. I can put in this. Alright, so now that we have the CPU and GPU heat sinks loose, I'm going to zoom you in. And I'm going to remove them. As you can see, the thermal compound. And you may be able to see it on the CPU die. Now, set this down. Right here. Remove the GPU one. As you can see, it's pretty clumpy. I'm doing this over the shoulder here, so it's pretty clumpy on there. I'm going to bring the motherboard in for a close-up. As you can see, the paste job on them is not the best. I'll try to get you a better view. It's probably not the best view in the world anyway, but there you go. We're going to remove all of that, and then we're going to apply some new thermal compound, which is going to be Noctua NTH1. When I clean the board off and clean everything off, I'll come back. Alright, so we're back with the CPU and GPU cleaned off. This is about as good as I could get them right here. As you can see, mirror finish. Whatever thermal paste Microsoft was using was really sticky. And it took me a while to get it off. As you see some of the excess around the chip, but that's all I could get off with isopropyl alcohol and Arctic Clean after about 30 minutes of working. Show you the heat sink. That big dingy line is just some of the thermal paste that I could not get off, and it just won't come off, but I could roll it over. But as long as there's two pad pieces right there that you can see where the heat sink attached to the GPU and stuff, as long as those are touching and clean, they're fine with me. The CPU was a little different story. That was a little bit harder, and that's about all I could do, but it's going to make good contact and it'll keep it cool. So I just wanted to show you, and now I'm going to show you what I use when I repaste Xboxes or computers, since I'm mainly a computer guy. Is Noctua NTH1. This is better than anything else I've ever used. Arctic Silver, MX2, anything. I have not got a hold of MX4 or anything like that, but this is the best thing I've ever used. If anybody wants to send me a little leftover MX4 or anything, PM me in my inbox and I will definitely give you an address you can mail it to if you want to send me some to try, and I will actually make a video of me trying it on a computer comparing it to NTH1. But until then, Noctua is what I will always use on anything because it is the best I've ever used. So now I'm going to show you how much I apply on the CPU and GPU of an Xbox when it comes to sorry about that, but I'm going to show you how much I apply when I'm applying thermal paste to a CPU or GPU on an Xbox 360. So take the cap off. First going to apply to the GPU. We're going to apply just a little dab to this piece. And then that should be enough for that. And for the GPU main chip, that should be enough for that. And for the CPU, I'm going to try to keep you in the light here. It's going to be hard to do. About what I use for the CPU. Some people say too much, some people say too little. I say just the right amount. So I'm going to apply the heat sinks, reapply the X clamps, and start putting this thing back together, and we'll see if it even boots up this time around. So I just wanted to point out something I just noticed. This 360 doesn't have RAM on the bottom side of the GPU anymore. It has not came off or fallen off in the case or anything. It's just this Xbox had been sent back in for repairs. And apparently Microsoft are no longer using 8 little chips of memory. It's only 4, which are on the top side under the heatsink. So maybe this is one of the reasons why the 360 no longer gets the red ring of death now. Maybe it was a memory issue and not a GPU issue, but we'll never know because we don't work for Microsoft, but we can only assume it's either a RAM or a GPU issue or a CPU issue. But I just wanted to put that out there that, hey, guess what? My 360 only uses 4 chips of RAM and not 8 like most other Xbox 360 original models. Alright, we're going to see if the repasting job has done its work, and let's see if the Xbox still boots up. So I can pull it away here. Alright, let's see. Get the red ring of death if we get video. Looks like we're getting video, guys. So the repasting job has been done. This thing should last me another 4 to 5 years. And I forgot to put in my hard drive, because look at this. An update is required, and guess what? I ain't got no time, because my hard drive is right up there next to my modem. So we see it works. So this is the end of the video, guys. If you ever need your Xbox repasted or anything, just let me know. And I promise you, the only reason why there was a loud pop when I took the casing off of my Xbox is that the Xbox casing had broken clips in the back. If the clips are not broken in the back, I can just stick a small flathead screwdriver in there and it'll pop each clip and it'll come off very quietly and nothing will break. So if you need an Xbox 360 repasted, just so you know it won't get the red ring of death, or so it is less likely to, let me know and we can work something out. Alright.